It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Monday, April 2nd, 2018. It is 7 a.m. and it's still cold outside, guys.
I thought it was summer. I didn't know.
Yeah. You would think April would be a little bit warmer, but my goodness, it's chilly this morning.
It's also another day, man.
Yep.
It's your 10th year.
Yeah.
Doing Down on the Corner.
Yeah, I'll get to that here in just a minute. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Did y'all have a good Easter?
Oh, yeah.
I did.
Yeah, good church service yesterday, and just kind of watched it rain a little bit. And
yeah, definitely. We've got our share of rain lately, so we're good.
I've got the drought monitor pulled up, and it's nothing on it this time.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
Well, welcome Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Jerry Hogan and Scooter Callis, and hope your Monday morning's off to a great start. And wow, we're just into April already.
You bet.
Wow, and we're enjoying Brewed Awakening Coffee. You can do the same thing. You can check them out. 3 locations in Mountain Home, as you heard in the introduction. Balmer Boulevard, BRMC Lobby, and 62 East Plaza, out by Anytime Fitness. Brewed Awakening, best coffee in town.
If you're not drinking it, you're just drinking muddy water.
Muddy water, that's it.
Muddy
Check
water.
them out. Check out their cinnamon rolls. We finally ran out of cinnamon rolls. I had quite a few running around here.
They expire after a certain day.
They disappear is what happens. Be sure to check out Brewed Awakening Coffee in their 3 locations. And, of course, Roller Funeral Home brings the morning prayer each and every day. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas. When the need arises, choose Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas. It's like one of those things you just don't go out on Saturday morning. I'm going to go shop for a funeral home. No, you don't do that. But when the need arises, choose Roller Funeral Home. The dignity and respect that they pay your family and the loved ones that have passed is second to none. So be sure to check out Roller Funeral Homes when the need arises. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes, they bring you the morning prayer. And now let's pause for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, it's kind of funny how fast time moves on. Just 3 months ago, we were cleaning up after the holidays. Now Easter has come and gone, and we'll now start the second quarter of 2018. Lord, as the year moves on, I pray that our tourist season will be good. I pray that our agri season will be a success. Lord, I pray our people prosper. Lord, as a nation, in the past few years, we've seen unrest, lack of respect to law enforcement. We've seen a lot of change that isn't good. Lord, I pray that you restore this country back to one nation under God. And that's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Once again, Roller Funeral Homes brings morning prayer each and every day. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas. And, of course, now we get to talk about Greg's Farm Supplies. I'm going to back this up because on the farm, around the home, in the community, of course, this is only April 2nd, and things haven't been updated, and so I don't want to give out some stuff that may be outdated, stuff like that, but be sure to check out Greg Farm Services in Midway and Mountain Home, on the farm, around the home, in the community, and you can stop by the 2 locations.
We've always got specials going on, always.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to their website and look up what's current and what's going on.
Mm-hmm. And so
that was pretty good barbecue, too. I went out there Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah. Greg Farm Services.
Did you get your 3 sandwiches?
I got my 3 sandwiches in. They were little sliders.
Yeah.
They weren't the big ones, but
they were good.
Yeah.
For all your around the farm, around the home, and or in the community needs, check out Greg Farm Services on the farm and around the home. Greg Farm Services, check it out. I'm not going to pull this up because some of the stuff hasn't been updated yet. Don't embarrass anybody. So Greg Farm Services brings morning weather each and every day. Right now we're looking, I believe, at 34 degrees in Mountain Home and Harrison, 37 at Hardy, 39 in Mountain View, Arkansas. It's 36 at Yellville, Arkansas. Marshall checks in at 39, Calico at 34. Around the region, St. Louis, 27. Ooh. Poplar Bluff, Missouri at 36. Branson, Missouri at 32. West Plains at 33. Not much difference in Watford City, North Dakota, where it's only 11 degrees above zero there. It's still cold. Here's a map of the potential weather forecast. This is like tomorrow's already. But heavy rain possible, chance of severe storms from Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, in this now through tomorrow evening. And so just 'tis the season, I guess. Current radar right now shows a line of showers west to east across Tennessee, Kentucky, and into West Virginia, New England area, getting some shower activity from Washington, D.C. up to Vermont, New Hampshire. Other precip showing up, as you can see, in the Dakotas, Montana, Idaho, Washington State. Somebody on Facebook was up in Montana, and they were showing some of that snow coming down. I just kind of parked for a while and said, well, we're going to wait for this to pass and then keep on going. But yeah, that's how it is up north. Oh, man.
They had to cancel the Detroit Tigers baseball game because of snow.
Snow, yeah. Yep.
Still going on.
Seen that happen several times. Going to click on the Little Rock radar and see. I'm picking up a little wisp right there just south of us, between here and Batesville, picking up a little shower activity in the state of Arkansas. Scattered showers from Mountain Home to Little Rock and just throughout the north central part of the state over around Jonesboro. Mainly most of the highways are clear, though, with the exception of Mountain Home to Batesville, where that shower has popped up on the radar. Interstates 30, 40, 49. Interstates 30, 40, 49, 55 are clear overall. Interstate 555 and 155 as well. Back out and go to southwest Missouri. Most Missouri's clear. I'm not seeing anything pick up here. That's mainly ground clutter in Missouri. Main arteries there are clear. Highway 67, Highway 65. Well, I wanted to hit that St. Louis stop. Okay, there's a St. Louis radar. I'm going to say most highways in Missouri are clear. You can also go to iDrive Arkansas for any road condition checkups and MoDOT.com for Missouri.
Very good.
Community calendar, what you got going on, Jerry?
Well, ASU, April 4th, you have the Community Career Expo. So you'll have all the big businesses over there recruiting help, or at least showing you what to do to get there. That is Wednesday, April 4th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the McClure Convention Center in the Vedashed Community Development Center. And you got look at all them.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, you got American Stitch Co., Ranger Boats, KTLO, Integrity First Bank,
Everybody.
and about 50 more.
How many?
50.
50.
Yeah.
F-I-F.
F-I-D-D-Y. And then also, April 8th, you have the Buddy Holly story.
Buddy Holly.
On that shed. So if you don't have tickets, I don't know how many are left, but I assume not many. So if you're going to make a move toward that, you better
Love Buddy
get on
Holly.
out.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed his music. What else you got?
That's about it. We got a few yogas on chairs and all that, but I'm not even. It's Monday. I'll get into that tomorrow.
All right.
Yoga on chairs. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, 10 years ago today.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Let's go back to April 1st, 2008. I get a phone call about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I had scheduled a special Down on the Corner program for the 2nd of April or the 1st of April concerning the millage on the schools. Schools were getting in some trouble because they just didn't have room and didn't have some facilities, and so something had to be done. And so I'd scheduled a special Down on the Corner for like a 6 or 7 o'clock broadcast. And of course, this is back in the radio days. And I got a call, says, you need to come down to the studio about an hour before that show starts. Okay, so I got down there, and the owner was there with some other people, and I was about the only one left. Said, you're starting the show tomorrow. I had no guest, I had no script, I had nothing. So after that radio special aired with Dr. Charles Schreiber, I got busy and scrounged up a guest or two and built a show. That was 10 years ago today.
How about that? That was right when Obama came on the scene, too.
Yep. He was elected later on that year.
So you saw the whole birth of the Tea Party and the whole push throughout the town.
I've interviewed it's been a lot of fun, a lot of good people. You know, the radio days were good to us, and now this is the age of video, and so you've got Hometown TV doing a great job here, both in Harrison and Mountain Home. But been to Washington, D.C. and Vegas, Minneapolis for some Americans for Prosperity events, and Rudy Giuliani, Sarah Palin, Herman Cain, Ken Cuccinelli. I can't remember all of them. even Dana Lesh, you see Dana Lesh on NRA TV, sat and talked direct with Dana Lesh. She's still with 97.1 in St. Louis and then moved to Dallas.
Dinesh?
Huh? Dinesh D'Souza, yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, sat and talked with Dinesh D'Souza for, goodness, hour and a half, yeah. It was funny, he had that movie, Barack Obama's America 2016. Remember that movie?
Mm-hmm.
Well, somebody had told me about that movie when it came out, and I said, well, I've heard all of this before. Where'd I hear it? And he says, well, you need to go, take a look at that poster out there. And it says, produced, directed, or something by Dinesh D'Souza. I thought, wait a minute. We sat in Las Vegas and sat there and talked for an hour and a half, and then he was the last guest I had on the live broadcast that day back to Mountain Home. And he was the guest speaker. And we sat there and talked for a good hour and a half. But some interesting people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, presidential candidates. And, of course, we had, I've talked with Mike Ross, the governor, Asa Hutchinson, Curtis Coleman, gubernatorial candidate. And we've already had Dan Kemp, the Chief Justice, Arkansas Supreme Court, right here on this show on TV. And the auditor's been here. The treasurer's been here already. Then we had the Republican chairman of Arkansas was here last week, Doyle Webb.
Yep.
So it's been a fun ride.
Pretty much saw Arkansas turn red right before your eyes. So.
Yep. Yeah. We interviewed a lot of good folks. Mike Beebe in the studios back in the Mountain Talk days, and Mike Ross, who was a fine gentleman. We've had Jared Henderson, the Democrat nominee for governor of Arkansas, has been here already, and looking forward to everybody else coming in. And so, posted on Facebook. This is hometown. This is a hometown program for hometown people on hometown TV, and we welcome the calls. Hey, I'd like to come in and maybe do the show, talk about blah blah blah. Okay.
And if you see a guest on, you have questions, get on our Facebook and ask, because we monitor that. So we'd love to have
our Facebook's running live. So
and then,
if you
real quick, guys, I'll let you talk about this before we take the break. The coverage area of XL7 and K26, Scooter, you know more about that. Just tell folks, our coverage area.
Well, we work hand in hand because we have the two stations, so it gives us a large coverage area. We cover from about Salem on the east side all the way over to Branson, Missouri, up through West Plains, down through Mountain View. We've got a
all the way
large coverage area.
I always say if you start at Branson, go to Harrison, and then go to Mountain Home, Salem, and Mountain View, then back up to West Plains, basically that.
Pretty close.
Kind of that bracket,
Pretty close.
So.
But you're getting, we broadcast by antenna, and then we're also on every cable network from here to anywhere you can imagine in that area. So we've got a good coverage to cover.
Yep. It's been a fun 10 years. Let's do 10 more.
Let's go.
All right. Coming up, Bob Recktenwald Sports. He's got a whole gang here. I think I'm going to let him have my chair so the other guests can have the other 3 chairs. So you may see Bob sitting right here for the next 30 minutes. Anyway, Scooter, take us to break.
Be right back.
Your White River Getaway starts at Cotter Trout Lodge, where you find convenient, clean, and affordable accommodations right in the heart of Cotter, Arkansas. Take advantage of the Natural State Fly Shop across the road for all your supplies and guided fly fishing needs. Countless delicious homemade menu options await to satisfy your hunger cravings at the White Sands Cafe. Your complete White River Getaway is cradled in the east arm of the historic Ruthven Rainbow Bridge at the Cotter Trout Lodge, Natural State Fly Shop, and the White Sands Cafe. If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care in Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either a terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
More than just propane, Reeves Propane provides you full-service propane delivery as well as tank and piping installation. We are your dependable choice, offering the very best in personal service with on-time deliveries and competitive prices. Reeves Propane also sells and installs tankless water heaters and appliances and can even convert your gas cook stove to liquid propane. So no need to fuss and cuss about bad service. Call us at Reeves Propane. We greatly appreciate your business and God bless.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really is pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
Hi, I'm
Monday Morning Sports with Bob Recktenwald and Down in the Corner with Dale Hoffman. How's that work for a title?
That works for me.
All right. This morning we've got a full house this morning. We've got the track coaches from Mountain Home. Not just Mountain Home High School, not the junior high, and not just the 7th grade. We've got the whole house here. Down on the far end, we've got Coach Freddy Penka. Next to him is Lewis Bishop. Next to him is David Martin. And then the top dog is Phillip Goodwin. Coach Penka, tell us who you are, where you're from. Let us know how long you've been in the school district.
Well, it's awful early in the morning to figure out who I am. But my name's Freddy Penka. I've been coaching here at Mountain Home for this is my 12th year. I've been coaching 21 years altogether. Coached in Southwest Arkansas and spent a year at Bearville, and then and been here. Went to high school at Bergman High School.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to college at Ouachita Baptist University.
Okay.
Yeah, played. I was fortunate enough to play some baseball at Ouachita. That was kind of my sport in high school. Of course, Bergman didn't have. I played basketball and baseball and stuff, but so baseball kind of was my thing, and I was fortunate enough to be able to play in college. And
is that where you met your lovely wife?
I met my lovely wife in high school. I've been married most of my life. Yeah, we've been seeing each other since we were 16 years old.
You've got a couple of young boys?
I do. Yes, got a senior this year.
Is he a senior this year? Oh my gosh!
And then Tate's. He's an 8th grader this year on the track team.
Okay. So. Good deal. Let me just back up just a little bit. The purpose of the show, at least the first season, is I want the parents to know who their kids are spending time with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you go back through all the sports that are done and all the student athletes that we have, they'll spend as much time with you guys as they do their own families. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the moms and dads and the grandparents, they don't get to meet you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So my idea behind the show was get it out. Let them know who they're spending time with. Let them know that they're actually spending time with some good quality guys, and that's the way I feel about every coach we've got in Mountain Home. And our show is not just Mountain Home; it's Yellville, and I won't go to Harrison, but I'll go to Yellville. We'll stay out of Boone County, but we'll go to Mountain View, and we do. Scott and I produce, and Jerry. We do football games. We do the Yellville games, some of them, some Mountain View games, and all of the Bomber home games. So, Coach Bishop, you've been around here a long time too.
22 years this year. This is home for me. Graduated in '84. Moved over here just before 5th grade when Baxter Lab was booming. My folks got on with the lab, and it was a great move for me. Loved the blue and gold, loved the Bombers. So I went to Arkansas State University, finished there in 1990. Went to Southeast Texas 4 years to teach and learn a lot about football, and coached there at Port Neches Groves, Texas, close to Beaumont, and got into track and field there. Had a very good coach to work under, and spent a couple of years in Missouri coaching basketball and track, and got back to Mountain Home. And
as quick as you could.
Yes, sir. So blessed to do what I do. And,
did you play any college sports?
No, I was going to walk on at Harding and Arkansas State, but it didn't quite work out.
What
doing
sports
the work
did you play
study
in high school then?
I did basketball and football, mainly football, and little track in junior high.
Okay. And you're married?
Yes, sir. And we have 3 daughters together, and one of the girls is in Nashville, maybe April. Give them a little plug. They're doing recordings and doing the music thing there and traveling. And and then one is in Victoria, Texas. Her husband's doing the oil business. And one girl here in Mountain Home doing a business. So.
Okay, good deal. Coach Martin?
Yeah, I'm David Martin. I'm a '92 graduate of Mountain Home. Played basketball, ran track here. Worked at Cotter for 12 years. Was a head basketball coach, head track coach, cross country coach, volleyball coach. We started a track program down there. Had a lot of success for a number of years, and then was fortunate enough to get to come over here 7 years ago, and been helping out with the track program ever since. Married. My wife's a teacher here at Mountain Home as well. Been married 20 years this June. We have 2 daughters involved in the track program, one junior high, one high school, and then we have a son that's in the 3rd grade.
Good deal.
Went to college at Henderson State University.
All right. And any college sports for you?
I did not play any college sports, no, sir.
Okay. So you're a Martin from Mountain Home. What Martin bunch are you a part of?
I'm actually not a Martin from Mountain Home. I'm not related to any of the Martins in Mountain Home. They're all great friends of mine. But I'm actually a Bird from Mountain Home. My mom is a native. My grandpa was on the school board back in the 50s.
Who was your grandpa?
Freddie Bird.
Okay.
And that's along with Hiram and
sure,
that bunch. They're all brothers. So we've been in the area. My family's been in the community for about 5 generations. So,
well, I'll age myself. I went to school and didn't graduate with him. Went to school with Barrett Bird.
There you go. That's a cousin, yes, sir.
Yep, an old bunch. Coach Goodwin.
Well, my name's Phillip Goodwin. I'm the head track coach here. This is my 13th year in Mountain. My 10th year in Mountain Home, 13th year overall. I coached 3 years in Russellville before we came here in 2008. I've coached football and swim here. I'm now mainly track. And I have a wife, Kristen. She is one of the counselors over at Hackler Middle School. Hackler Intermediate, excuse me. It's early. You have to forgive me. We've been married 15 years, be 16 in May, and we've got 2 daughters. Grace is in the 6th grade, Lauren's in the 2nd grade, and I graduated from UCA in 2005.
Okay. And where'd you go to high school?
Went to high school in Bald Knob, a few miles north of Searcy in central Arkansas.
They actually have a school there.
They do.
All right.
I do have a school there.
Bob, I don't think we can get away from without mentioning our other 2 staff members. Ryder Pierce has joined us this year. Does a great job with all of our pole vault kids and works with some of our distance kids and our cross country. And then we're happy to have Clint Peveril back that works with all of our sprinters and our hurdlers, and just overall has a lot of knowledge that he brings to the table. You know, he ran at Kansas, and just kind of provides that point of view for our kids that the rest of us don't have with a college track background.
Awesome.
And Robert Blades does our distance runners. He's our head cross country coach.
We've had Coach Blades on a few times.
All right.
I know you have.
Involved with the wrestling program. Coach Penka.
Sir.
In the 7th grade, between you and Coach Bishop, how many student athletes? Now, and you guys deal with the boys and the girls, not just the boys, correct?
Yes. Question again.
How many student athletes do y'all deal with on a day-to-day basis in your track program?
Well, typically, we probably have close to 40 girls and 40 boys, so you're talking about 80 kids as a whole. And usually by class, in Mountain Home, we usually have about, you'd say 300 a class. So when we're almost, 80 to 90 out of a class of 300. Usually this comes out for track. Usually have a big track turnout and stuff. Coach Bishop does a great job kind of pushing that and exposing those kids to that, and, PE classes and things like that. It kind of gives them an opportunity to compete in that.
Because that's kind of where the student athlete starts, right? 7th grade track
That's
would
right.
be the first exposure to any really organized sport for the 7th grade, correct?
Yes, as far as track goes.
Right.
Yes.
But prior to that, they've got their basketball season and such. But as far as
we do football in the fall.
Right.
Football, and then basketball is fall to spring sport, and then track. That's the 3 sports that are offered at Pinkston Middle School. Volleyball.
Volleyball for the girls when you guys have football, right?
Yes.
And there is no feeder program for the 7th grade track. I remember a few years ago there used to be some local small meets that they would do in the summertime through the youth center or whoever put that on. Is there any hope that would come back, or is that just dried up?
We've discussed the possibility of that. It's working around summer schedules. It's finding the time, facilities. Our facility will be available, obviously, but coordinating all of our schedules, all 7 of our schedules together to make that happen, along with dodging summer baseball and summer football would be the biggest hurdle. But it's doable. We've discussed it. There's probably some more groundwork to be laid, but we can make that happen.
Now, that's a school program, or was that in the past just a youth center type program?
I think it was not necessarily a school program, but it was run by school individuals. I think Coach Peveril had it running, called it a summer series back in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, because you've got youth football that goes on, and you've got youth basketball that goes on, and I just wondered if there was more talk about doing a feeder program for the 7th grade type track program.
It's been discussed on an informal level so far.
You guys have a track meet today, 7th grade?
Yes, sir. We're scheduled for field events at 3:30 and then running events 4:30.
Okay.
Weather permitting, we've been lucky with 7th grade. We're 4 for 4 on our track meets so far. And again, we're in the 70s with our kids and getting some good scores, and have 2 meets to go back at Batesville a week from today, April 9th, for their finale.
Is 7th grade part of a district, or is it just schools get together, they compete, and top dog wins?
During the regular season, we just compete in the area, Green Forest, Batesville, sometimes West Plains, and Mountain Home. And several years ago, we started moving 7th graders up to junior high if they can qualify and take our top 4 to the 6A East Conference meet, which we've had a lot of success with.
Coach Martin, in the 8th grade, how many of those 7th grade kids will continue on? And
very difficult for that kid to work back and forth and do both things. So mostly our 8th graders, I would say our 8th grade carryover is probably 80%. It's really good, and we've been real fortunate. We're in a string right now in junior high that I think in the last 2 years, every meet we've gone to that we were full strength, we've won. We lost a close one last week or 2 weeks ago at Green Forest, but we had about 25 points gone to another school event. We lost by 8 points. So I'm pretty confident if we'd have been full strength, we'd have won that. And we took a split squad last year, one meet to Melbourne, and the split squads finished second and third. So if we would have combined them together, we would have won that one as well. So, but it was what was best for the kids. Unfortunately, some of the meets around have gone to some limiting events, so we can only enter like 2 kids per event. Well, if you've got 60 kids, that doesn't work out very well.
Right.
And our goal from day one is our conference meet at the end of the year. So we're trying to put together the best group we can for our conference. We've got to have those kids in peak condition and ready to go for that conference meet, whether 7th through 9th grade.
Yeah.
So when we get into these that have only 2 per event, it makes it tough. We have to leave some kids out, leave some kids at home, but that's in preparation for our conference meet in a couple weeks.
And where will that be this year?
Conference meet this year is at Marion. It's quite a drive for us. We went last year to Jonesboro and were able to win both the boys and the girls back last year in the 6A East conference meet. So that was a big deal for us, and we're looking to try to repeat again this year.
Awesome. We'll take a commercial break here. We'll come back and we'll talk to the top dog, Coach Phillip Goodwin, and we'll visit with you a little bit and wrap this up.
Sounds good.
Scooter, take us away.
Hi, I'm Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup. If anybody needs trash service in the area, please give us a call. Arch Trash Service is veteran owned, and I've been in the local area resident for over 20 years. I'll provide a better service than the other guys, and even provide front door service trash pickup for those that aren't able to take their trash to the curb. We'll also pick up almost anything and even provide free recycling. I am Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup, and please give me a call for all your trash service needs.
With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support, and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
You already know that Ferris mowers are the only mowers on the market with a patented spring suspension system, saving you time in the seat, less back stress, and a professional even cut every time. You already know that Mower Warehouse is the only area dealership that will accept your mower trade-in. But did you know that a truckload of discounted 2017 models just arrived at Mower Warehouse, allowing you the pleasure of saving hundreds of dollars on your next mower purchase of a new Ferris or Simplicity zero-turn machine? Come check out the parking lot sale at Mower Warehouse, located on Buzzard Roost in Mountain Home.
Life is too short to wear boring clothes. Welcome to Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique, where we carry the latest trends and fashions and accessories at prices anyone can enjoy. Feel beautiful while looking fabulous with a large range of fashions that fits anyone's sense of style. You're sure to discover something unique and new at every visit. Shabby to Chic also features 12 professional stylists, aesthetics by Amy J, a nail technician, and 4 tanning beds. Excite your style at Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique in Mountain Home.
Back live Monday Morning Sports. Coach Phillip Goodwin, you're the top dog on the porch.
That's what they tell me.
And you are overall of what goes on at the other schools. Tell me about the high school program. How are we looking for student athletes at the high school?
Well, honestly, our numbers have been up in the last few years. Currently, we have around 50. We have around 30 girls and 20 high school boys. And, like Coach Martin said, once the students get to 9th grade, there are more options, baseball and softball, soccer for boys and girls, and that draws some kids. Those programs have had success in recent years, and that, success is always a good recruiter, and we're trying to build that. I think we've done that. Last year our girls went to conference, and they were conference runners-up, beat West Memphis by a point or two. Our boys were third. And we believe we can do that. And we sell our kids on this builds every other sport. This builds for football. This builds for basketball or volleyball. We're trying to build your abilities and your skills in other areas to make you a better all-around athlete. And our numbers have been up where we want to keep them that way. We have a very strong sophomore class, boys and girls, and I see that as a foundation for the future.
And you apparently encourage being multi-sport athletes.
We do, and we try and make it possible for kids. I hate to have a kid where you need to choose one or the other. We want to make it doable, not necessarily easy, but doable for a kid. If they really like soccer and like track, let's find a way to make it where they can do both.
Good deal. And the transition from junior high to high school, apparently the numbers are staying pretty good.
They are. We do lose some as kids begin to specialize. We try and encourage them to stay in multiple sports. We'll probably lose 15 or 20% of our ninth graders to the high school. That's just natural attrition that is part of the ball game. But we've been able to maintain, for the most part, strong sophomore classes. For now, the key for us is keeping those kids back as juniors and seniors.
As head track coach for Mountain Home School District, does that include cross country or?
It does not. For a few years I was an assistant on Coach Blade's staff, and that gave me a lot of insight into distance running and how all that works, but I'm not technically part of the cross country staff, no sir.
So that's just two totally separate sports?
Yes, sir.
That's different.
It is.
Works out. How about going on from a track perspective on to college? Do we have very many of those that will graduate and go on to college on the track scholarship?
Actually, we have more than I guess the community would recognize. Will Norris he ran at Arkansas State. He's now a professional runner. He's being sponsored by some corporations. Samantha Moeller ran at the University of Arkansas on partial scholarship. Daniel Peverill, Coach Peverill's son, ran at Southern Arkansas. Our current assistant, Ryder Pierce, ran at University of Arkansas at Little Rock. It's an untapped resource. There are so many track scholarships out there, and many track programs divide their scholarships into smaller pieces. But if a student can pull an academic scholarship or the lottery scholarship, there's money to be had in track scholarships that a lot of kids don't recognize is there.
See, and that's very important for people to know that, because when my kids, of course, my youngest is 26 now, but I had organizations calling me and saying, hey, did Tim or Robert, did they apply for this scholarship because there's money available?
Right.
And I know there's several groups that for a couple of years in a row, they didn't have anybody even apply for theirs.
Right.
So there's money there, and parents need to know that, and this is the time of year that they've got to do that. They need to get out and look to see if it's a student athlete or just an academic scholarship. Look and see. Don't just count on the counselor to send stuff home with your child.
Right.
Get to the counselor yourself and say, hey, what's available for little Susie? Tommy wants to go do this. Is there any money out there? Call these independent groups, the Rotary Club and the Lions Club and this club and that club. There's money there for these kids to go to college if they'll just go after it. And
that's right.
They need to exert themselves a little bit and make that happen. Coach Penka, when you're done with track, where do you go?
We start right back with spring football.
Spring football.
Yeah.
And you and Coach Bishop do that together
we do,
and have been for years?
Coach McCain, and we've had some good help over the years. I'm not for sure exactly when our sixth grade. What we typically do is we'll bring our sixth graders this year, incoming seventh grade, in for a week, probably the last week in May, and we'll try to have a spring football. We'll have 4 days there to try to bring them in and try to get started on that. Our 8th and 9th will be going through junior high, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Spring football is a non-padded practice. Senior high has 10 days to get in a 20-day window or whatever it is, and then they'll have, I think, 5 days of padded practice for the spring there before they break for summer.
Coach Bishop, pretty much the same routine for you? Just
yes,
go from this to from track to football?
We do a spring track program with our sixth grade. I get to see all the sixth graders at Pinkston, which helps me get a head start for next year. We're looking for track kids and encouraging that in football, and encourage them to get involved with activities. And yeah, we'll, just like he said, we'll start over again. And I did want to take a minute to thank our parent volunteers this year. They do a great job helping us with track meets and getting that going. And also, my wife's very supportive, Kathy. She teaches facts at the junior high, so I really appreciate her love and support.
he's looking for ribeye dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I have a great staff. I'm very blessed to do what I do, be in Mountain Home and coach these kids and get to teach them.
It has to feel like you're herding a bunch of mice at times when if you've got 80 Mountain Home kids and you bring in 2 or 3 other schools that have 80 or 90. That's a bunch of folks running around that football field that are trying to go to field events and running events.
It is. We've been fortunate to find these track meets with Green Forest, building a track facility in Harrison's track that we try to go to open track meets. So all our kids that practice have been able to go to all the meets. And we host extra meets at home to give them a chance to compete.
An average meet will run 3:30 in the afternoon till 7, 8 o'clock at night?
Usually, yes, sir.
9 for high school.
Yeah.
Pardon?
9 o'clock for high school.
9 o'clock for high school. That makes for a long day.
It does.
Absolutely. Coach Martin, after track, you're doing what?
Last year I helped out with high school football, Coach Maddox, and the new staff with football. I plan to do that again this year. I teach a full schedule all day. I don't have a period for athletics, so I'm still in the classroom full time until the end of the school year, and then I'll help out after school.
Okay, Coach Goodwin?
Well, I'm on the junior high football staff with Coach Taylor and Coach Cudworth, and that's a fun group. But I'll go back to that. We'll start spring ball, and as soon as track is over, when I'm available to do that, of course we'll have after the state meet and the meet of champs, we'll have heptathlon, decathlon, middle of May, and so I'll miss some spring ball, but track for me will run almost to the end of school.
Oh, good deal. Well, Dale and I will see you guys from the press box. We're always up there for you.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Yeah,
we
that's
do.
7th grade games. You've over the last several years, you've called announced a lot of our 7th grade games, and we've
This will be my 23rd season.
23rd season.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
23 years in the press box.
We appreciate your contribution to our program.
Well, we appreciate you guys joining us here at Monday Morning Sports. We'll do this again. We'll do it again for football.
Mm-hmm.
When football season comes, we'll do it track again next year. We'll split you guys up. Now that everybody knows who you are, we'll let the 7th grade come in. We'll have the 8th grade on up through high school come in together. Give you all a little more time individually. We sure appreciate you guys coming out. Coach Penka, you come from Bergman. We know that's a sacrifice coming in early. So we'll let you guys out of here to get to your classes this morning. We appreciate your time, and if y'all ever need anything, you give us a holler. We'll be glad to help any way we can.
Thank you
very much.
Scooter, you're up.
Be right back.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community in Spalding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Coming in 2018, VHF Archery Range, brought to you by DeerHunterFan.com TV and Steadyform. This 10,000 square foot indoor climate-controlled archery range will feature 3D targets, 3D pop-up, and state-of-the-art video shooting. VHF Archery Range will be open to the public and available for all ages. It's a great facility for hunters and archers alike and located in the center of the Ozarks in beautiful Bull Shoals, Arkansas. That's DHF Archery Range, coming in 2018. Keep on the lookout for more details and their grand opening announcement soon. Your White River getaway starts at Cotter Trout Lodge, where you find convenient, clean, and affordable accommodations right in the heart of Cotter, Arkansas. Take advantage of the Natural State Fly Shop across the road for all your supplies and guided fly fishing needs. Countless delicious homemade menu options await to satisfy your hunger cravings at the White Sands Cafe. Your complete White River getaway is cradled in the east arm of the historic Ruthven Rainbow Bridge at the Cotter Trout Lodge, Natural State Fly Shop, and the White Sands Cafe. If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Have you ever?
We are back live, Monday Morning Sports. We appreciate all of the track coaches. When Scooter helped me get that scheduled, we didn't anticipate them all to be here, but it worked out all right. We appreciate all their time coming in early. Yeah, Coach Penka comes from Bergman, so that's a pretty good drive, and we appreciate them guys doing that. We've got Coach David Luttrell with us, and Coach Luttrell does the Mountain Home Trap Shooting Team. Now, some folks say, well, that's not really a sport, but yeah, it is.
I agree. Thank you for having me this morning. We started back in '06. Arkansas Game and Fish started AYSSP, Arkansas Youth Shooting Sports Program, and my principal at the time was Wes Henderson, and he asked if I wanted to coach trap, and I said, sure. And then the next question was, what is it?
There you go.
And I'd never, hadn't even heard of it. And so I shot my first round of trap with the kids. And that was '06. And that year we ended up taking second in the state, which was, it was a Cinderella story. And we've had a lot of success since. We've probably had, hundreds and hundreds of kids over the years.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And what grade does that start in?
Well, we can have them all the way down to 6th. And this year we have a few 6th graders, 6th through 12th. I don't really advertise too heavy in 6th grade because if I did, I think I'd get all of Pinkston.
There you go.
Right now we have about 65 kids shooting for us. We're kind of limited with how much practice field we have.
Where do you practice shooting?
Twin Lakes Gun Club out in Midway.
Okay.
And there's 2 trap fields out there, and we practice there 2 to 3 days a week. Usually Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, and Sunday afternoon.
Okay. And typical clay pigeon shooting?
Well, American trap, 16-yard trap. You're shooting, there's 5 stations, 5 stands, and the kids shoot 5 targets at each station. So at the end of the round of trap, they've shot 25 targets, full box of shells. And looking for perfect score's 25, and got a lot of kids shooting it. 25 out of 25. Got kids shooting 50 out of 50, 74 out of 75.
Wow.
Got a lot of really good shooters. Have a student, his first year was last year as a 8th grader, and he ended up going to the Grand American, which is in Sparta, Illinois, and he took 2nd in his age and division. Real good shooter.
When does that season start?
Well, our season goes from February 1st to about the mid of June, and then we'll keep shooting. The Sparta, the Grand American, is in August. And we kind of shoot year-round, keep the kids shooting. If they want to come out during the summer for fun, we keep them shooting.
And what size guns are they shooting?
20 gauges and 12 gauges. And got everything from youth model 20 gauge pump to we got kids out there shooting Kraigoffs and Perazzi's, anything from a $300 gun, a grandfather's gun, all the way up to got some kids shooting $10,000 guns.
What if a kid wants to participate but can't afford a gun? What happens?
We have team guns, and we have quite a few team guns, and all the coaches. I mean, I've had kids shoot my guns all season. If a kid can't afford it, we have a parent meeting in the beginning of season, and we tell them we want every kid to shoot.
every kid that wants to shoot, they come out. The gun club's been great to us. They donate shells or targets for kids that can't afford it, parents that can't afford it, because it's not a cheap sport. It's you know, every night that they practice, that the weather permits. This year's been a little had a lot of rain, a lot of wind, but they'll shoot 2 rounds of trap a night. So that's 2 boxes of shells. That's, you know, minimum $12. Then plus 2 rounds of trap. That for the targets, that's another $6. And so, you know, it can get pretty expensive. And then, you know, we'll have kids that'll shoot 6 rounds a night, but then we have other kids that'll shoot 2. But every kid that wants to shoot shoots.
Just boys and girls?
Oh, got a bunch of girls. They're good. Actually, I honestly think girls are, how do I say this? They're just easier. Girls are just easier because you tell a girl, you know, I don't know. I'm trying not to step on toes. I don't know. They're more coachable. When it comes to shooting, guys put too much thought into it. They're thinking elevation and drop and windage, and girls just say, "Oh, I just point this and shoot." Yep, and that's what they do. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun over the years. Last year we made it out of over, I don't know, I think out of over 600 teams, we made it to 4th last year. Our senior division boys, our A squad is called Bomb Squad, and they made it to 4th place out of, you know, about 600 teams.
Wow.
Had a real successful year last year.
What does it cost a student athlete to shoot a whole season, roughly?
Roughly.
I'm talking about shells and targets.
If we ask the kids, or we tell the kids, we want you to have 10 practices under your belt to make it to our regional tournament, which is in May. This year it's on graduation, May 18th. But the regional tournament's down in Jacksonville. So to do the minimum, it's a target card, which is $72, and 2 cases of shells, which is, so it's going to be out close to $200 to do the minimum. And like I said, we have kids that, you know, they can't afford it, but we got a lot of people that support us and donate, and so we've never turned away a kid because they didn't have the money.
Well, that brings us to the topic at hand, which is you're doing a fundraiser at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yes, sir.
And it'll be on the 6th?
Yes, sir, this Friday.
This Friday. Buffalo Wild Wings from 6 to 8, is that right?
Yes, sir.
6 to 8. We'll donate 30% of the proceeds to the trap team, and we encourage folks to come out. That's one of the reasons we brought Coach Luttrell out here, is to get the word out that this is not a cheap sport. This is something that is going on, and it's not like, well, you buy a football helmet and then next year somebody else can use it.
Yeah.
You shoot that shell, it's gone. You hit that trap, it's gone. So those need to be replaced every practice, and we need some dollars generated to do that. So anything you'd like to say about your fundraiser? Other than to thank the folks at Buffalo Wild Wings for doing it.
You know, it's honestly, in that figure, 30% is, I've never even heard of anybody going 30%. They have new management, and they want to really, they've asked just to make this a yearly thing. They really want to support us and get behind us. We'll have kids there probably selling some raffle tickets. We're raffling off a Ruger 1022 right now, trying to raise a little extra money because we have hotel rooms coming up in May. Bringing, you know, 60-something kids down and putting them in hotels isn't cheap. But yeah, they said they want to get behind us and help us, and, you know, appreciate a good turnout Friday would be awesome for us.
Jerry, got any questions?
If somebody didn't want to go to Buffalo Wild Wings, could they contact you and just give directly?
Oh yeah, we take it any way they can give to us.
How would they do that?
They could call me on my cell phone. It's 421-5063, or I teach at the high school, Mountain Home High School. They can just stop on by.
Drop it off at the athletic director's office for you, or where would they do that?
Probably the Mountain Home the high school office.
At the high school office?
High school office.
Okay.
And that'd be awesome. It would be fantastic.
Dale, you got any questions?
No, I'm enjoying the discussion. Sounds good. 30%. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
I think that skeet shooting, that trap shooting, that's an important sport.
You know, I can't tell you how many grandparents and parents and that over the last 12 years have come up and said, you know, my kid tried. You know, we tried baseball, we tried football, we tried soccer, and you know, just didn't get the right fit. And parents that they've said this is what the kid's living for. We've had kids go on to the Olympic Training Village in Colorado and shoot. We've had kids go to college and shoot. We've had 10 kids win scholarships through Game and Fish. So it's one of those sports you can go a long way. We're an introductory. Game and Fish wanted it to be, you know, introduce kids to it, and we kind of go a little extreme. We shoot ATA tournaments and tournaments against other schools, but you can go pretty far in it.
Are they grade regulated just like baseball and basketball? Or do they have to keep a certain grade?
We want them to, and we're not AAA. We're not AAA, but we want our kids to keep their grades up. And when a kid gets suspended in school, we hope they don't, but it happens. We go by the same thing. They can practice, but they can't compete.
There you go.
If they're under a big suspension.
Good deal.
We want to keep the first thing is education, but sports is important.
Well, we need to wrap it up with Coach Luttrell. We appreciate you coming out.
Thank you.
We encourage anybody and everybody to hit Buffalo Wild Wings on Friday from 6 to 8. And if you can't do that, like Jerry brought out, swing by the high school and drop off a donation if you can to them. And we appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Wow. A lot of
That's
info
awesome.
today.
That's
That's
awesome.
good. Yep.
That sport here, it
It is.
really
is.
I think it gives us a variety between other sports, and having something like that, I think it'd be very popular. I think it's a great sport. I really do.
Well, we've got how much time left? Not much?
2 minutes.
2 minutes left?
About 2 minutes.
Well, we'll just keep you here. You got anything else you want to say?
I don't know, boy. Put me on the spot.
What do you teach at the school?
I teach a little bit of science, content mastery, which is a class for kids with some learning disabilities, trying to keep them caught up in all their classes, caught up with credits, meeting deadlines, getting late work turned in, missing work turned in. It's like a full-time cheerleader.
There you go. There you go. Speaking of cheerleaders, Dale probably needs one. His Cardinals aren't doing real well yet this year.
Yeah, so. 1-2 right now. Could use some pitching.
How's the Texas Rangers doing?
Pitiful.
I think the Cubs are 2-2, so we'll just leave that alone.
Yeah, I mean, it's early in the season. We'll see. Anyway.
Too early to tell.
Too early to tell.
Now, you had the Miller boys. Were they last year? That's
they
my
were
friend Chris
2
Miller.
years ago.
That's his
the
boys.
Twins.
Yeah.
They were good shooters, real good shooters.
And see, I know them very well. I watched them grow up. And like I said, they tried the football and the other sports, but boy, that shooting, they just advanced.
they ate it up. They were real. It just for them it rolled, and they were hitting 24s and 23s in no time. And I wish I'd gotten them earlier. I think I got them. They were probably about 10th grade maybe when I got them.
Oh, okay.
They were good shooters though. Shot all the way till they graduated.
Well, they've been shooting about as long as they've been walking and breathing. I think their dad. So.
Last time I talked to them, they were working full time at Supreme Boats.
That's
and
right.
going to college full time. One of them
Yep.
married.
Yep.
They grow up quick.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to grab the final 45 seconds, 10-year anniversary for me doing Down on the Corner, and I want to say this is what it's all about, Bob, bringing in all these coaches and administrators from the schools and promoting local. Get in touch. What's that? Sports at hometowntv.net. Get in touch.
Sports at hometowntv.net.
Get a hold of Bob for the Monday morning show, and want to see this keep on going. So it's what it's all about, Hometown TV for hometown people.
There you go.
If you can see it, you're invited. How's that?
That's it.
Norfolk,
just let us
Mountain
know when you
View,
wanna
West
come.
Plains, come on down. Love to have you all in. So
Harrison.
Harrison.
He's over there. We got to draw a line somewhere.
Even Harrison.
Yeah.
Wraps it up. Hope you have a great day. Try to stay warm, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, so much for spring, eh?
Yeah, so much for spring.
See you next week.